yeah. Fire for fire. Yeah.
Firemen are too male and too white, says chiefs. Report claims Britain's fire service is institutionally racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. What? I actually met a gay firefighter once. Like a couple of times. It's rare, but it's not that rare. Britain's fire service is too male and too white, a report has claimed. Says who? The report, which was commissioned by the National Fire Chiefs Council, NFCC, it found that the fire service was institutionally racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. Okay. It said firemen in Britain were not diverse enough because the services proportion of women and ethnic minorities is less than in wider society. What does that even mean, wider society? But you're saving people's lives. Does it really matter who's saving you? Like, what is going on? What are we smoking? You know what this reminds me of? The LA police fire chief? Where they said, yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm dragging you out of the building. It's like, well, I mean, if you're physically able to do so, I think it matters a lot. I think it's insanely cringe to look at someone like that and be like, okay, you can't save me from a building because you're too white, or too black, or too brown, or too gay. The first thing you should do is, like, have at least a bit of muscle so you can drag me out of the building when I'm dead! Yo, rap music, thank you! Thank you the 1,500 biddies! I really appreciate it. Yeah. When? I'm gonna die soon, chat. Firefighters beware. Produced by an advisory group focused on improving diversity, equity, and inclusion in the fire service, the report found that 9.3% of firefighters were women. That's actually pretty high. Almost 10% of firefighters are women? There are not a lot of women that are physically built enough to drag other people out of buildings. Like, let's be realistic. Good lord. And 5.4% belong to ethnic minorities as of March 2024. By contrast, 51% of the total population of England and Wales is female, and 18.3% are from ethnic minorities, according to the 2021 census. Did they not realize that firefighters are also more likely to die? Like, we spent centuries bashing men's heads over with the fact that they have to go to the army, they have to go die on the front lines, they have to go do this, they have to be police officers, they're bigger and stronger physically than women, and now all of a sudden we're picking on firefighters? What the frick? What? They're basically saying 51% of firefighters should be female? Oh my god, please no. I don't want another woman to drag me out. I'm 400 pounds. You think a woman's gonna be able to drag me out of a 2-story building? I'll die. They're gonna have to get the fucking crane. Yeah, get the crane, get the sledgehammer. The review said the common image of a firefighter is, for the most part, of a white heterosexual male turning out in a fire engine to fight fires. The diversity of the service needs to be much more reflective of the communities it serves and the wide range of services it delivers. God help us, man. Why is Britain like this? Didn't we just do this? Didn't somewhere in the US, I think it was the LA, California department, they did this like a couple of months ago and we talked about this. Now this article is in the UK. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, right? Like, it's happened like a month or two ago. I've seen a video where someone getting detained decided to leg it because he realized that the cops are female. I believe that. If that's real, I can understand it. That woman firefighter just wound up murdered last week. What? Again, I can't stress this enough. Do you know how heavy those fire hoses are? As a firefighter, I remember when I was in school, I think we had like a demonstration and they made us lift up those fire hoses. They're very like special and they're super duper heavy. Like, again, I was a kid, but like in my perspective, like even then I was like, damn, this is fucking heavy. Yeah, and they're hard to control when they're turned on too. Whilst progress has been made, the pace has been slow and progressive action has been applied inconsistently. Too many people are still being let down, it added. Are they implying that people get rejected? What if they're not getting rejected because of their skin color and they're rejected because of their physical athleticism or their experience? Yeah, like what are we talking about? I've never seen a firefighter that wasn't like at least half jacked. Yeah, like realistically, like they're either super tall or they're like pretty jacked. They have to be. Their gear is like super duper heavy when they wear it, and their arms are really big too, because they have to carry all the hoses around. They have to run around. You is a nasty whore. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, due to the lack of qualification to save people. Yeah, but these people are probably misconstruing it and saying that it's because of racism or something. Doesn't pass the standards equals didn't pass. I'm sure people will try and misconstrue it that way because they're cringe. Yeah. Okay, there's the second part. Little to do with prejudice. Paul Embry, a former executive council member of the Fire Brigades Union, told the Telegraph that fire chiefs should focus on putting out fires rather than manipulating the workforce demographic. Did this guy get called racist? I wonder. They probably fired him. He says former. Did he get fired? Outfit alone is like 50 pounds and the air tank is another 30. Hose, axe, and other tools not included. My dog is 30 pounds, man! Imagine carrying that on your back! He said public services should have, of course, ensure that individuals from all backgrounds are able to join their ranks and prejudice must be tackled where it exists, but when they set arbitrary targets for recruitment, it crosses over into social engineering. There are all sorts of reasons why particular groups might not enter certain trades. There are, for example, few male midwives and hardly any female refuse collectors. Males don't mind coming home and being stinky as long as their wives still love them. Women are like, no, it's stinky trash, ew, yuck! Yeah, I don't see any garbage women. I don't think I've ever seen a garbage woman in my life. Now that I actually think about it, I've only ever seen men. Yeah. Like, I remember walking to school and there was never a garbage woman at the back picking up trash. Most of the time it has little to do with prejudice. Some individuals and groups are attracted to jobs that hold little appeal for others. It's just for a fact of life. We should stop fixating on manipulating the workforce demographic in certain public services and concentrate more on ensuring that these services perform better for the public. Where is this? This reminds me of this for some reason. Can anybody pinpoint why?
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always...
But
they don't...
Latinos are not only the
No,
only people
I didn't mean it
doing
like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not part of this argument with...
I think what you're saying is that Trump himself
He needs to look out his
probably
window and
relies on
realize
a lot
that
of
this
these people that
country
he's
is not
insulting.
white people.
Yeah.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of this, where people just want to have quotas, and it's like, why are you saying it like that when it's open to everybody? Like, what are you talking about? And they're uncomfortable because it's true. These people are insane. They're like reversed racist, and then they say, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my lord, man. You cringe, you lose. My body inadvertently like wants to like shrivel up when I hear that kind of shit. They do mean it like that, let's be real. Yeah, but they got caught on, you know, national television, so it's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. No. This guy's absolutely right. Anybody can join the fire force. Absolutely. Anybody can join the army. It's not about being a man or a woman. There are absolutely less nurses and midwives. I've never seen a male midwife or heard of one in my fucking life. And my mom talked to a lot of people in the medical industry. Never. Like, I've heard of male nurses, not midwives, like giving birth and helping them give birth and stuff. They're exceedingly rare. Yeah. There's no reverse racism? I'm kidding. I know. It's just to them it's funny when they say, oh, it's not like that. But then it's like, yeah, it is racist. And then they try to flip it on you. It's like, no, I don't mean it. A male gynecologist. Again, it's just like some things just don't interest certain demographics. And that's fine. There are too many cis white female VTubers. How do you know they're white, female, and cis, chat? How do you know? You can't even see them. And it's insane, by the way, it's insane that they can just label a public servant job as racist so easily. Isn't that kind of weird? Like how they do that so fragrantly and just easily? The UK's cooked, man. Imagine who even gets mad at this. Grrr, there's not enough minorities in my firefighting. Oh, you're white, you're saving me from a fire? Grrr, put me back in the fire. What? What are we smoking, bro? Yeah, like, who thinks to themselves randomly one day and they say, they're like scratching like their chin, they're scratching their beard, they're like, shit, you know what? I don't recall seeing too many black firefighters. Think I'm gonna research statistics on those frickers. I bet they're racist. Stupid white males trying to help people? Like, yeah, that's how people work. That's how people function. Not enough minorities die in fires. Like, what? Please let me be and send the female firefighter in. Oh my god, dude. I know we talked about this a few months ago as well with that female fire story, by the way, Chad, but genuinely, if you're trapped in a burning building and you're going to die, are you really gonna lay there under some rubble that you can't push off? Everything's on fire, you're getting third-degree burns, and then you think to yourself, I swear, if the fireman that comes in here isn't black, I'm just gonna tell them to leave me. It's insane! It's insane! You have to have a serious mental illness if you think this way. Stop! Get some help! Yes, a normal person just wants to get saved, man. They don't care. If you do care, you're fucking insane. Hold on, there's one more part. Or is it two more parts? Yeah, here we go. There's a graph included too, chat. Oh my gosh. We should stop fixating on manipulating the workforce demographic in certain public services. Okay, the report was praised by the NFCC, which said it would help to create a safe and inclusive place to work. What? You're going into fucking buildings to die and save people. How is that safe? I'm living in a fucking dystopia. This can't be real. Who wrote this? I'm actually gonna... But it's inclusive. My brother in Christ, what? In this study, its authors claim that fire chiefs' commitment to inclusion is as important as their incompetence. Britain passes peak woke number of advertised DEI job. Oh my god. Wait, this peaked in 2022? And then it just went down again? Huh. They mean emotional safe space. That is still fucking retarded. No, like legitimately. You're going out to save people. The camaraderie of saving people should be what binds you together. It's like being a doctor and being like, yeah, like fist bump another doctor. Like, it doesn't matter that you are black and I am white. We're saving people's lives. Like, that's the same principle. Like, who's feeling fucking unsafe, man? Yeah, like, bam, like, fist bump. Like, yeah, I saved this guy and then like, I saved this guy. Oh my god, these people are crazy. Leadership programs need to focus on as much on inclusion as they do on operational and strategic competence, it reads. There's a gap between leaders who live their values in line with inclusion and those who operate in line with exclusionary values. The sector requires strong, inclusive, values-led leadership. What? It goes on to say that harassment, abuse, and discrimination is rife among fire service, including the use of microaggressions. Can we provide some evidence on that? Like, what kind of microaggressions do you experience? What? Did they provide examples? What? Fire firemen who speak out about discrimination are victimized for doing so. The study says adding the misconduct cases are bureaucratic and sometimes badly managed. Can you give me an example? Everybody gets victimized and discriminated at work. It sucks. Here's a microaggression. This. Yeah. Funded by UDAID, no doubt. Are you fucking retarded? This is the UK. There's no funding. Good lord, man. This is the UK. Humans naturally discriminate? Yeah, start thought policing, man. Start thought policing. USAID funds things around the world. Yes, but you're a fucking retard if you think that the UK gets funded firefighting DEI quotas from America. I would love to see that. There are other things that I've read, but like, this is not one of them. Besides, this is probably an old article anyway. The misconduct system needs a radical overhaul with a need for the sector to develop a more professional, nationally consistent misconduct system based on evolving good practice. Okay, that's fine, but I'd love to know who is getting microaggressed as a firefighter by other firefighters. Homophobic? Like what? For the work we have undertaken, we would concur with these findings that the sector is institutionally racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. The organization was committed to delivering. Our efforts to improve culture and inclusion must be continually embedded into everything we do. We acknowledge the dedication of those driving positive change in fire and rescue services, but we also recognize that inclusion is not yet felt by everyone, and change is not always happening fast or consistently enough. These are like the people that say that women that get name called in video games because they voice chat sometimes. We need to change the entire culture of gaming, even though everybody gets shit on in video games. It's the same principle to me, man. I know it's not a one-to-one because video games to firefighting, but it's like everybody gets shit on. By the way, what is a microaggression? Is it like being passive-aggressive? I don't even know what the actual definition is. What is a microaggression? What? Oh, wait. What is a microaggression? A seemingly innocuous act, statement, or behavior that advocates for the advancement of people in marginalized communities and ethnic and what? Everyday or nonverbal slights or insults. This is so bizarre. I can't even find one example. What are you studying? Physics. So you want to be a teacher? No, I want to be a physicist. Are you sure that's a difficult job? I don't think you're fit for it. That's a microaggression? It's literally anything? Your tail is pretty. It's subjective, I know, and subjective like leads into feelings and look at PC principle. Oh yeah, that was a good one too. You're right. It's anything that offends. Chat, I see offensive shit in my chat that I don't like every day. I don't give a fuck. I don't get it, man. Когда она кричит на нас, это микроагрессия. Oh, when I yell at chat, that's a microaggression? Because if you're offended, that means it's my fault. You're right, chat. You're absolutely right. I can't, bro. Why can't we just go back to people doing their jobs like normal people, man? Oh my god. Chat, help. 10% of firefighters are female. It's not enough. It has to be 50%. Here's the difference. You aren't British. I know, but this is absolutely happening in other parts of the world, and it's really sad to see. We should be taking people's merits and their accomplishments into account, as opposed to them being a quota that they have to fill. That's how it leads to accidents too. Yo, Shoujo, thank you for the raid! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How are you doing? How was your stream? We're talking about firefighters being too white and male. But then you have to recognize group differences, which are desperate to say they don't exist. Yes, it's racist to say that people are different. Even though people say that cultural differences exist, if you acknowledge those differences, you're somehow racist at the same time. What qualifies as merit is another issue too. No, it doesn't. What? If you score high on an SAT, just because you are white doesn't mean that someone else who scored a lower score because they are Asian or Hispanic or black doesn't mean that they should be getting the job over you based on the fact that you are a white person. Like in university cases. Yeah, performance-based, absolutely. I think that if you have 5 years of firefighting experience, it doesn't matter if you're black or not. Because you should be getting in over other people that have less experience for firefighting, if that is what the job acquires. I meant stuff like someone who makes billions. Sana, I don't follow. What? Who makes billions? What? We're talking about firefighters or like getting a job from school. Asians are too white to fit on the scale. Yeah, that was also another thing that was happening in college like a couple of years ago, where Asians were basically disqualified from taking certain scholarships because they were performing quote unquote too well. Yeah. Alana, could you Google the physical test for UK firefighters and see if you could pass? What do you mean, at 400 pounds? I can't pass anything except burgers out of my butt. Yeah. Anyway, good lord, man. I don't know.